Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome to the Gibson Garage Speed Shop YouTube channel. In this video we're working on our Mark IV Jetta wagon. It has a 1.8 turbo and we're going to be spiderweb right in front of me. Ugh. In this video we're going to be swapping out the coil packs. It's a super simple job on this motor because there's no fasteners holding down the coils. What? I mean, it makes sense. Like, why are all other coils bolted down? They could just snap onto the plug, just like spark plug wires do. But anyway, you might have an engine cover. That's got to come off. And then there's a little vacuum box, 2 10mm bolts. That's got to come off so you can get access to the number 4 coil. But other than that, you're going to unplug all 4 and lift all 4 up. So let's do it. We're changing the coils in the 1.8 Jetta wagon. It's 2004. Getting rid of these old originals because it's got a misfire issue we're chasing, and it doesn't have any exhaust leak. We smoke test it, and it seems to be common that those cause misfires, and those, like I said, are original. So we got some nice blue APR coils to put in there. Here's the new news. Yeah, they are APR. Let's get them in and see how it runs. Hey, check the length. Those look a lot longer.
I do. They are way longer.
Well, bummer. So much for that idea. Back on the truck. And there they are, all in. They're a little taller, so we need adapters. But they're still supposed to work. Let's hear what it sounds like. It's running. That's the air pump. You hear that thing running. Still looks like it's got a miss. I don't know, we'll take it for a drive and see what codes come back. The air pump just turned off and it idled down. I don't hear any misses. That's good. Okay, so after double checking, we realized those coils will work. We just got to get these spacers just to help fill the gap a little bit and to make it look a little better. Those do need to be bolted down, and coincidentally enough, there's holes already in the valve cover for these adapters when the coils themselves and nothing else around was ever bolted in those holes, at least not on this car. We decided to go with these ones here. We went with a raw look so we could paint them blue. We've already got them on the car, so let's check them out. Yeah. Well, we're still fighting that miss, and we still got the check engine light for misfire and for high idle and lean conditions sometimes. So we had to take it to a dealership. I got tired of fighting with it. But then wouldn't you know it, the dealership in our area won't work on anything older than 15 years because their mechanics are too young. But they knew some guys down the road who were experienced Volkswagen techs, and boy, they found the problem real quick, and they did us a real solid on the price too. So what it was, let me pop the hood for you. Okay, so a little backstory real quick on the problems we've been fighting with this since we bought it first. So it started with just an oil leak in the crankcase, like oil filter housing, and we just wanted to replace that to eliminate some oil leaks. Didn't have a check engine light at that point. After we did that, we had to move this. We had to take all kinds of vacuum stuff apart. We found a bunch of hoses that were broken and ripped. So That's where the problem started, is when we went to put it back together. We apparently couldn't put it back together right. One of the main issues at first, anyway, for us was this additional vacuum port here that I've got capped off. Now this originally had a line going down underneath here to like this check valve assembly that plugs into one of these nipples here. There's like 2 nipples right there with 2 hoses coming off of them. Okay, this first one, this isn't the original intake. On the original intake, this first one has a larger diameter hole. See that? You got a large diameter and a small diameter on the original intake here. We could not find an assembly that accommodated the large hole on this end of the assembly and still had, you know, the correct stuff over here that went to the check valve and the PCV valve and all that. Or on top of that, we couldn't find any assemblies for sale. I think I found a diagram or 2 that included this vacuum hose line, but it was really kind of gibberish to me. But purchasing something that would do that is a totally different story. Couldn't find it. Also couldn't find an assembly that adapted to the large diameter porthole. We could only find an assembly that didn't have that extra hose that was made for a small porthole. So we did some searching around, and we found an exactly identical intake manifold, except that one nipple had a small diameter on it, so we could purchase a part that was factory and get it up in there without a bunch of you know, Mickey Mouse in splicing and stuff, which we did try at first to accommodate that large nipple, but it wasn't working. We were getting check engine lights. That's when the check engine lights came on, and we're like, ah, man, we did something wrong. I think it was that point is where we put a check valve in backwards, and we were fighting ever since. We got a new intake manifold. We tried new assemblies, but with the new assembly, because I had put the check valve in backwards the first time, I assembled the new assembly incorrectly with the check valve in backwards. And we just couldn't figure it out. So we had to take it to those techs, those old schoolers that used to work at a dealership. And they not only found that backwards check valve, they found a rotten hose underneath this plate, just a short little guy. We never flipped this over or even disassembled it completely, just to try to avoid breaking any more hoses. But we also never looked underneath it. So we fixed that hose, switched the valve around so it flowed in the correct direction. He didn't have an answer for the nipple. He says just hope the smog tech doesn't see it and doesn't pass, you know, visual. And you're good to go. No more check engine light. This thing's not missing anymore. It's running perfect. Another thing we put in this new manifold when we bought it was the billet aluminum injector cups. Welcome to Tweaker Hour with Gibson Garage. So I'm gonna sit here and pretend.
She needs fucking help. They need to lock her up. Yeah, and or you can do that, or they're gonna figure in jail, dude. You come at my door, like 2 o'clock this morning. What age is back? And I told her no, and I bawled. I bawled all night.
She's gacked out of her mind, or at least she was last night. The thing we did during that whole process, trying to fight this check engine light, because we refused to believe it was anything we did, right? Maybe it's just, I don't know. So we replaced oxygen sensors, and we did a whole cat back exhaust system from MagnaFlow. It sounds amazing. That's what you were hearing in the video there. But we made a boo-boo and melted the bumper. This cutout was absolutely money. If you go and look back on my reels, you'll see when we did this, and this cutout was so perfect. But then we took it on the freeway and didn't realize it melted it. Oh! We also added in this boost gauge here, a line going to the column. All right, so we can check out our boost. This thing gets about 10, 11 PSI, or whatever it is, pounds, I don't know. It's got its rims on there too. thing's a pretty nice clean rig. Did you know the dealership, actually, the guy, not at the dealership, but the guy who used to work for the dealership, the tech we eventually went to, he said that only the wagons actually come from Germany. You cannot get a sedan that was made in Germany. They were all made in Mexico. Most of the wagons were all made in Germany. It is possible to get a wagon made in Mexico, but it is not possible to get a sedan made in Germany. And that could be like a compounding issue with this smog stuff. I don't know if Germany was responsible for fitting this for California, or if it gets sent over here and then retrofitted at some dealership with California smog or each state's smog. I don't know. But that's going to do it, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about my son's Mark IV authentic Volkswagen. No, what am I trying to say? Authentic German wagon. Volkswagen wagon. Until next time, guys. Peace.